What's happening, everybody? Justin, Bridgewater's Finest on YouTube, Blockbuster_guy on Twitter, and this is it. This is the Stanley Cup Finals prediction video. This is the one that's, this is the big one. This is why I got the big water jug, and why I'm chilling with the big gold belt, and this is the reason why I do this stuff. Stanley Cup Finals, of course, are upon us. They begin on Wednesday. I am 7-7 so far in predicting these playoffs, so I've got my chance here to finish over 500. And I'm actually going to change things up a little bit. I know I have a lot of the viewers who really like the way that I break everything down with who's got the edge in what aspect of the game and everything like that. But this Cup Finals just has a certain... This final has a different aura about it, if that makes any sense. You're looking at a number 6 seed representing the Eastern Conference in the New Jersey Devils, and you're looking at the, as I said in the previous video, the Cinderella of Cinderellas, the 8th seed Los Angeles Kings representing the Western Conference. And I just, I sat down to start putting this stuff together and trying to predict who's got the edge in what category, and whether I thought LA's high-octane attack and solid defense and goaltending was going to be enough to overcome New Jersey's hard forecheck and depth, and and they're like, who's got the edge in coaching, who's got the edge in goaltending. And finally I kind of sat back and I said, this isn't how I should be predicting this series, man. The way that I'm gonna do my prediction for this series is I'm gonna trust the most valuable weapon that I have in this predicting game, and it's not this. This is a close number 2. The weapon that I have that's the most dangerous is this. It's my most prodigious gut. And you know what? My prediction in this series is going to be based entirely on the gut feeling that I have in the Los Angeles Kings. This, for one thing, the story, you couldn't script a better story. But other than that, I mean, this isn't scripted. This is real life. And watching it unfold, watching LA come from being expected to basically be the Canucks whipping boy in the first round to, being 4 wins away from the Stanley Cup as a number 8 seed who is doing something that has never been done before in NHL history. To be honest, to me it doesn't matter who's in the way. That this team is quote-unquote a team of destiny. And, I'm predicting the Los Angeles Kings to win the Stanley Cup. I can't go against them. I can't deny what I've seen from these series. You know what? To me, LA's got it all, man. They've got the scoring, they've got the defense, they've got the two-way game, they've got the goaltending, obviously, they've got the coaching. I couldn't see any team in the NHL right now coming up in a best-of-7 series against Los Angeles the way Los Angeles is playing right now and beating them. I just can't do it. Taking a look at New Jersey, the way New Jersey's playing right now and the way that they've sort of made it to where they are now, there's not too many better matchups in terms of making for an exciting Cup final than New Jersey. Martin Brodeur, it begins and ends with Marty Brodeur turning back the clock, playing like he did 10 years ago. Just playing like he did when Martin Brodeur, when it was basically Martin Brodeur, Patrick Waugh, and everybody else. And that's the way that he's playing. And the goaltender matchup in this series is going to be so interesting, because you have Jonathan Quick. Basically, you could call him the leader almost of these new school hybrid goaltenders, super athletic. Just the leader of these elite level young goaltenders. And you got Marty Brodeur, the Ric Flair of goaltending. You know, the wily veteran who runs on instinct. And I mean, it's just the story writes itself. This final is going to be so much fun to watch. You have LA's two-way playability, led of course by Dustin Brown and defensemen like Willie Mitchell, going up against New Jersey's violent forecheck and and their depth. The way that, as we mentioned in the previous video, that fourth line that they've got, their fourth line just logs great minutes, very hard checking. Sort of a grinded out team, and New Jersey's kind of been the rope-a-dope sort of team in these playoffs. They were rope-a-dope against Florida to a degree. They were a little rope-a-dope against Philly, even though Philly was again horribly overrated. And they were rope-a-dope against the Rangers. And are they going to be able to play that way against Los Angeles? You know, we'll sort of have to wait and see. I gotta go Los Angeles. I gotta go Los Angeles. The story is too good, and based on what I'm seeing on the ice, the whole Team of Destiny thing, I gotta give it to the Kings. I'm gonna do something that, based on my quote-unquote reputation as someone making predictions, I really shouldn't do. I'm going to predict Los Angeles Kings to defeat the New Jersey Devils in 7 games, and I'm going to predict that no home team is going to win a game in this series. LA is the best road team in the playoffs. Unbeaten. Nobody's touched them on the road. Jersey has played very well on the road themselves, and LA's only losses in these playoffs have come at home. So if they're susceptible anywhere, they're susceptible at home. It all just sort of adds up. It all adds up to me anyways. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe making all these predictions and everything for this and for UFC and everything, maybe it's got my brain fried. But I just have the feeling. And that's really all I'm running on. I've got the Los Angeles Kings winning the Stanley Cup in 2012 by defeating the New Jersey Devils in 7 games, where every game is going to be won by the road team. Imagine someone making that prediction at the beginning of last season. They would have been laughed out of the building. But, you know, here we are. And based on what I've seen, that's what I'm going to predict. And if I somehow get this right, I fully expect a job with TSN. I'm just going to put it out there. Tweet this to TSN personalities. Let them know, if I get this prediction right, I want a job. You know, and I'll just tossing it out there. Put me on the panel. Put me whatever. I'll get you coffee. I don't care. But if I get this prediction right, I want a job with TSN. That's it. That's how I see the Cup final going. I know I've got a lot of fans on here that like seeing, again, like I said, that like seeing the way that I've sort of break it down to say, oh, this team has the scoring edge, this team has the offensive defensive edge, the goaltending edge, the coaching edge, everything like that. What I might do is I might just put that in the description of the video for those of you that like seeing what I have to say about those things. I'll put it in the description. I just didn't feel that for the actual video with the way these playoffs have gone, I didn't feel like it was proper. So I didn't do it that way, but I will take that information and I'll put it in the description of the video for you. That's it. Kings in 7. Road team wins every game in this series. Justin, Bridgewater's Finest on YouTube. Blockbuster_guy on Twitter. TSN. If I get this right, get at me.